Stefan, welcome. Welcome to our kind of episode, Meet the Customer. So in this we want to show to the audience who are you and what you are doing. But can we start maybe with your background? You can tell me how you started in aviation and how you ended up now at Aero-Dienst today.
Yes, I started in 1991 as an apprentice at Aero-Dienst for aircraft mechanic. And after 3.5 years of the apprenticeship, I stayed there in the company because it was a good company, and it was a good time during my apprenticeship, and so I stayed there, and it was a good development for me. And then a couple of years after my apprenticeship, and first I worked as an aircraft mechanic, and 2000 I became an aircraft inspector, B1. My first rating was on a King Air B300 and 300, and one step to another. A couple of years later I started as an airworthiness review staff to assist our CAMO, and was a supervisor for our Dornier aircraft, for the ambulance team, and later we started with Dassault Falcon aircraft maintenance. Was there as a supervisor. But
in which year was that you were the supervisor?
Sorry?
In which year it was?
2016 around about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 10 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. And in 2024, I thought I need a new opportunity and looking for a new challenge. And then I saw advertising for a new job inside of Aero-Dienst, and I don't know if it's the correct word, but sorry. Said Karin Smith needs someone for assist her in the air operation for compliance monitoring and safety management. And I knew Karin from her time to FAA, other company also in Nuremberg, but other company, and I talked to her. I'm interested, and she, great, come on, I'll show you everything. And she told me 2 hours or 3 hours, I don't know, everything about ICARUS, about web manuals, about compliance monitoring, about safety management, and
I think you caught everything up really well. Even from our experience engaging with you, you kind of like got it quite quickly. But how you like it so far, like in terms of safety and compliance? And would you like then to pursue further this position?
Yeah, it was a very good decision to make it and to get the chance to do it. And I like the job. It's completely different to the technical side on the shop floor, but I love it, and it's great. So
yeah, I mean your career spans now more than 35 years, kind of. From 1991, and the experience that you had, like at the beginning of the career, how much now it helps you in safety that you did the mechanical side?
Yes, as I was a airworthiness review staff, I had a lot of experience to look in paperwork or to work with paperwork, to look into regulations or LTAs and ADs, service bulletins, and so on. So it helps me to find a good entry in the new job.
And what did you see, like from the beginning of your career and now, how the German aviation has evolved in the last those 3 decades?
Yeah.
What do you see the most has been changed?
The pressure, the time pressure. Everything must be fast, but it's everywhere in the complete aviation world. So at the beginning there was no mobile phone. Nobody had a computer. Everything was by telephone, or fax.
Yeah.
You had your manuals in paper, not on the computer or not on a tablet, and you have to make your own decisions to repair something. And now you take your phone or write an email.
But was it better like before? You had to think more.
Yes,
yeah.
it was better because you made your own decision.
Yeah.
And now you have everything. You have to ask, could I do this, or is it allowed to do this? And the manufacturer says either yes or no. But it's not your own decision to make. Yes, that's this. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of got lost over time. Yeah, and I would always like to ask the guests about the transition of technology across this time, especially like today, but we will touch that topic later.
Yeah.
But how you saw, like you mentioned, there was no mobile phone, there was nothing, and then the technology started, like I guess, at the turn of the century. How you found that transition of the technology across the decades of your work, and actually it's quite fast changing. And how do you see in the future how fast it will change further the aviation safety and compliance?
I think everything will be faster. Yeah.
But until some point, it cannot be like
I don't know.
Humans. We cannot be like computers.
Yeah. Maybe AI is helpful for us. I don't know. It will be interesting.
But yeah, what's your take on AI now? When you already mentioned it, how you see it at the moment? Do you even utilize it?
Not really, no. At the moment, no.
But what is your opinion about it?
I think it could be helpful, but it could also be a danger, or I'm not sure. Yeah.
But like for aviation safety, for example, like even we are trying to integrate it.
Yeah.
Like, would you trust it? Do you trust it when it gives you some sort of result, or even decides for you? Yeah, it's even what you mentioned. Would you trust this kind of new technology?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have any problem with that.
Until now, no. No.
And where do you see it in the future? What can it bring? Maybe in the area that you're working, and maybe in the area that you worked as mechanic. What do you see AI in the future?
Yeah, maybe to it's an assistance to edit or to maintain operational manuals, maybe, or to find a solution for troubleshooting, maybe on the technical side, but the operation.
Yeah. Could you see like what we are seeing also more at the moment trend? It can substitute like workflows. Even what we showed you at the conference, like there can be a report and the AI can do everything and close it.
Yeah.
Is there any workflow that you would like to automate or to make it better, and that AI could use it, like in the audits that you're doing now, inspections or something like that?
Difficult question, and I don't know exactly. Don't have a correct answer now.
Yeah, but I think it will go in that direction.
Yeah.
It will help you.
Yeah.
It will help you to do the work without you even engaging with the data.
Yeah.
Which is then again scary, how you said at the beginning.
Yeah.
They start, removing you from the decision, and now you're gonna not even see what's going on. Yeah, it's a kind of natural, I guess, path for this. Okay, another question, maybe more about you. Like, why you even applied for the job for aviation? Like, where the passion towards aviation started back then in 1991?
Yeah, aircrafts are an interesting technical part.
But where did you see them when you were young?
Yeah, on the television, in cinema. I remember the movie Top Gun with Tom Cruise, for example.
Oh, the first one, huh?
Yeah, the first one, yes.
That one is,
where Tom Cruise was
best,
very young. Maybe this, it was, aircrafts were always interesting for me.
And then you were looking for a job in that area?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And then you started like that. Okay. Can you tell me more about Aero-Dienst now? This is where you're working today. What they are doing and how the company is structured. So you can tell us a little bit more about that air operator.
Yeah. One part is a maintenance facility. That was the history of Aero-Dienst. It was founded in 1958 as a maintenance facility for Beechcraft, Bonanza aircraft, general aviation aircraft, small aircraft. And 1966 then Aero-Dienst started with a commercial air operation and aircraft management. And later then with air ambulance flights for the ADAC. And Aero-Dienst is growing over the last decades, and I can remember as I started we were around about 100 persons, and now we are up 320 or 350 around about. No?
But you also acquired, I think, Part 105 recently.
Sorry?
There was a new acquisition, I think, in your company that they took.
Yeah, we have now 2 stations in the United States for aircraft dismantling and procurement of used aircraft parts to send it to Europe. Or it's we have 2 old Learjet 60 still in our operation, and it's difficult to get parts. And also for the old Challengers and so on, and especially in Europe, it's sometimes difficult to get parts. And then it's a good business to have someone in the United States to organize spare parts and to send it to Europe.
Okay, so you can tell me more about yourself. What are you doing in your free time when you're not in aviation?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time with my family. I'm married and have a son. He's 13 years old now, and we do a lot of in the nature, hiking or mountain biking, and we have a house with a garden, so there's a lot of work in the garden, and we are happy with our life, and good time to spend it in the nature.
But do you travel together to other countries?
Of course, yeah, during the holiday years, yeah.
Yeah. And this is your first time in Croatia?
Yes, yeah. First time.
And how you find it so far?
Yeah, it's a nice country. Here the coastline is very interesting.
Yeah.
And
I think you should come with your family here for vacation.
Yeah, you have to.
It would be a pleasure to welcome you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Stefan. It was a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.